We have to take imminent action here on Bitcoin because it looks like it that we finally got some new direction where Bitcoin might be heading next over the next couple hours and potential days, and I want to show you where that exactly is. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, then make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And I will also talk at the end of the video a little bit about Ethereum, so definitely stick around here. And now let's get into it. So I want to start off that video by showing you that the ticker that yesterday vanished and caused Bitcoin to drop a little bit is now back on the DTCC website. So the BlackRock ETF was listed here with the IBTC ticker and vanished for a couple of hours yesterday overnight. And as soon as it came back, Bitcoin also jumped back above $34,000 again. And now it's trading slightly under it. So I want to show you what is happening here next potentially for Bitcoin. So here on the 15 minutes chart, you can clearly see that Bitcoin has finally formed a range. And the range is from $34,870 from all the way up here to the bottom of it at around $33,500. And also here we have multiple times tested that level, which confirms it as support, and here to the upside we have confirmed resistance. So what I would expect here for Bitcoin next is that we continue to consolidate a little bit more within that range, and that will give you an amazing trading opportunity, because the only thing that you have to do now is buy support, sell resistance, and it doesn't matter in which way you do it, you know. So if you short it, you still are selling from resistance and you are buying back your contracts when you are hitting support, or if you're long, you buy at support and you sell into resistance. It works both ways. So now, if Bitcoin comes back here to the bottom at $33,500, there you're gonna buy, and then you're gonna sell when we get back up to $34,800, $900, and then you can open a short and trade this again to the downside, to the support, and then again you open a long, and you rinse and repeat that whole process until either side is giving in. So, and by that I mean that the price action either breaks to the upside or price action breaks here lower to the downside. Something else that I found really interesting when I went into some higher time frames, and I guess most of you figured that already out. So if you go into higher time frames, you can make the argument that we have here a bull flag, and the bull flag target would be here, once again, I cannot make this up, it's again close to $40,000. So I believe if that target is hit here at $39,300, we will also hit $40,000. There's no, I don't see any reason why we should not hit $40,000 if we're already at 39. It makes no sense. And then 39 is not big resistance. So it should snap really, really easy for us to $40,000. So once that is happening. So I know the way that I have drawn the bull flag right now based on the 1 hourly chart is not the most accurate one. So I'm gonna change it up a little bit, because I have to tilt the lines here a little bit. So it would be then $38,500. This would be still above all the resistance that we have. And again, I don't see any reason why we should not snap then to $40,000 once that is happening. Let's also talk about the downside. So if we would break to the downside, we need to break $33,200 on the 1 hourly chart to see here further downwards movement. So, and here comes now a big problem. If we do that, then the next bigger underlying support would be then the $32,000 area that was before such major resistance. So just let me draw this in here. It's around, I don't know if I can go back so far on the chart. No, there is the next bigger level of support now, which was only once confirmed here on the 1 hourly chart with that big red candle that we are seeing here. That obviously, in my opinion, is not enough to confirm this as support yet. So if we would see another retest and we would consolidate a little bit more here along that level and see a strong push back to the upside, that would be for me then 100% confirmation that this is now flipped into strong support, and that we most likely will not see prices under $32,000 for quite a while again. So anyway, the probability is quite low that we're gonna see, for example, this year, Bitcoin again under 32,000. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying the probability is quite low that we are seeing it. So it can still technically happen. So don't twist my words here at some point and say, hey, Alex said that we will not see Bitcoin under $32,000 ever again for this year. You know, so it's a small probability that it would actually happen. So let's move on here. On the 4-hourly chart, we see here now more high leverage positions coming in with liquidation levels above and beneath the price, which means there are some people aggressively shorting and other people aggressively longing. But as you can also see, there's not a lot of positions right now here on the on that indicator. It is not as dense as down as it was, as it is still down here, and but this will of course change over time. The longer we spend time here in that range, the more it should normally cluster up and give us then also more indication which direction we are going based on where we are having more liquidity to either side. So if the liquidity is to the upside, then we're going to see a short squeeze. If the liquidity is to the downside, we're going to see a long squeeze. So that's just how it works, you know. So but for now, there's here on the 4-hourly chart no real direction where we are heading for now. Here on the 12-hourly chart, however, things are looking a little bit better, because here I have this morning lined out the next potential targets for Bitcoin. And if we break out of that range that I've shown you on the 50 minutes chart, then the next target here on the higher time frames would be $37,500, $400, sorry, then $40,088. And now you see why I say if we go to $39,000, it makes no sense that we stop there. We're most likely gonna hit that resistance level, which is a take profit point for me. And then above, if we would go higher, it's $33,181. Now here on the higher time frames, I definitely want to point out that the indicators are moving here to the downside, so they're cooling off. That's what we want to see, and the price is not moving a lot, which is also really nice, because that means bulls are keeping the price steady where it is while the indicators are coming down. They are not pushing the price strongly in either direction, because they want to hold it where it is to form a base and push it sideways. And then when the indicators on the higher time frames have halfly reset or fully reset, they're going to send it again. So I'm not saying it's not possible that based on the indicators that we see here more downside, so that's definitely in the cards, don't get me wrong, here on the higher time frame. So we can definitely come down here to that bigger support area here from $30,000 to $32,000. I don't want to rule this out. So, but for now, when I look here, for example, on the RSI wants already to turn around here again, which shows that some bullish momentum is keeping the price where it is for now, while the stochastic is coming down, and also the MACD wants also to, at least the oscillating line and the trend line, they want to come a little bit lower again, because they are quite far away from the histogram. And when that is happening, it means that the price is in a huge uptrend and overheated. And in that sense, it has to come also here down a little bit. So give it, I would say, after the weekend. After the weekend, let's see where the price is. But I tell you, after the weekend, most likely the indicators will have reset. The price will be more or less where it is right now, or potentially even higher. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade these absolutely amazing calls that I give you here for free, then use BYBIT. You still get $30,000 if you sign up with that specific link here, or on BitGet, $8,000 and $15 just for signing up with my specific link here. But only with these links you will be able to claim that. Make sure that you use them in the description below or in the pinned comment below, and it also helps out the channel. So now, let's move on here to the daily chart here on the VPVR. Again, you see here why there's so much confluence at the $37,000 level to the $40,000 level. There's also on the VPVR next biggest cluster holding down the Bitcoin price, and where we are right now, there's basically no man's land. So here on the VPVR, the next logical area of support would be $31,500. Do I believe that we go there? No, right now I don't believe that, because we are here in the middle of that cluster right now. That goes, yeah, we would lose it at $33,700. So as long as we are above that on the daily chart, we should be fine. As long as we are staying here, let's call it the waiting room for higher prices. So where we are on hold, and as long as we are able to hold here along that VPVR range, we should then also see continuation here into the last big resistance on the VPVR. So once that is broken, Bitcoin can snap to any price that it wants. So there is still a little bit of resistance here around 35 to 48, but once that is gone, there's nothing stopping from Bitcoin to go here all the way up to 60,000 potentially. I'm not believing that this is going to happen this year. I want to be frank with you guys. I don't see it happening this year. But 48, 50,000, yeah, definitely. I think that is definitely in the cards with what's happening right now. We got our October. I told you we're gonna get an October. That's as you obviously can see now, we got what we wished for. And November normally was also never really disappointing. We're a week away from November, and yeah, in November we might actually hit $40,000. Now here on the weekly chart, as we are now halfway through the week, I would like to see this weekly candle to be closing as it is above this multi-month support and resistance flip. In November, I would maybe like to see a retest again. That's again around the $32,000 level. With a wick is for me good enough. Just a wick down, bought up immediately, and price action continues higher. That is what I would like to see for November, with a break of that resistance level here of $37,300. Shoot us in direction of $40,000 in November, December. Now I want to quick also talk about Ethereum. Don't forget, I promised you guys that here on the 4-hourly chart, we have hit here to the dollar the exact level that I think I've given it to you guys yesterday, where I said Ethereum might hit here $1,850, or will at least go here into that resistance range. And once that range is cleared, we will move into higher levels. Otherwise, we can look for new long positions at the 0.786 or around the golden ratio. So now we have broken down from this 0.786 at $1,783. The next logical area where you want to open a long position on Ethereum is now 1,730, 1,741. There you want to start building a new long position to the upside. I think that is also the most logical area right now from where you want to do that, because here it was prior resistance and now it should act as support once we are coming down there. So set your limit orders, because it could be a really quick test of that area where we immediately bounce back to the upside. So I actually, after this video, I'm gonna set some limit orders at that price level for Ethereum here to the upside. On the target, nothing has really changed. The target remains still 2040 and 2051. And look what a beautiful trade that would be if we catch it like in the middle of that golden pocket to the other middle of the golden pocket. Let it be 18%. 18%, you only need 8%. What is enough? 18, it's like 6x leverage gives you 100% profit, and you have almost no risk on 6x leverage. So I don't believe that Ethereum will go from that golden pocket here to like $1,400. I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. So if we are hitting the golden ratio here, I will open a big Ethereum trade, and we can trade this then into that 1.618 to the golden ratio that's above us, and bank here 18% profit, and then you have to just multiply it with the leverage that you are using. That is my plan for the imminent short term for Ethereum. If we would here for some weird reason not hit the golden ratio and price reverses from here back above the 0.78, then I will open from here in Ethereum position, but I will keep some money on the sidelines just in case that this will be a fake out and we actually then go into the golden ratio and then go to the upside. So be careful and watch the price action, how it's shaping up here when we are potentially seeing something like this happening. Guys, that's it already for today's update. You saw it came a little bit earlier. I have something to do later. That's why I had to put out a video today early. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.